The newest Epstein document drop isn't just dragging Prince Andrew back into the spotlight, it's quietly testing something even more sensitive. Who still gets to stand close to William and Catherine when the cameras turn on? And right now, that question keeps circling back to two names the palace usually treats as background royals, Beatrice and Eugenie. Because the uncomfortable part isn't rumor anymore, it's paperwork. Newly released emails referenced in coverage appeared to show Sarah Ferguson discussing how to handle press fallout over Epstein, and stating that Princess Beatrice was present for a call where they agreed it was important to stress he had done his penance and was moving on. That's not a headline written by an internet account. It's the kind of detail that makes people ask what the York sisters knew, what they believed, and how much they were pulled into damage control while still very young. Then the timeline gets even harder to explain away. The same reporting points to a 2015 email exchange where a sender suggests Beatrice would be joining a Mexico trip, followed by Epstein replying, "She likes me, it's okay." To be clear, appearing in released emails doesn't prove wrongdoing by Beatrice, and none of this is a formal finding against her. But it does change the optics overnight, because it moves the story from their parents' mess into were the daughters involved around the edges? And once that door opens, it doesn't shut easily. And Beatrice's name has already been tied to one of the monarchy's most infamous PR disasters, Andrew's 2019 Newsnight interview. Multiple outlets, reflecting reporting around Scoop, say Beatrice showed up to a meeting with the BBC team carrying a notebook and pen, a curveball, that even the producer later described as incredibly difficult. That matters because the interview didn't just fail. It detonated, and Beatrice became part of the public conversation by association, especially once Andrew's Pizza Express alibi dragged her name into the narrative. Now layer in the family dynamics that were already complicated. Eugenie, in particular, has long been reported as close to Prince Harry, even as William's relationship with Harry collapsed. People has reported that Harry and Eugenie remained close despite periodic falling out chatter. Which, in a royal world obsessed with loyalties and optics, is exactly the kind of detail that can make another branch of the family more cautious. At the same time, William has shown he'll keep the cousins visible when it suits the moment, but within limits. In 2024, he hosted a Buckingham Palace garden party and invited several cousins, including Beatrice and Eugenie, to help with hosting duties. It was a clear, family still functions, image. But it didn't magically make them working royals, and it didn't signal they were being positioned as taxpayer-funded faces of the monarchy. It looked more like controlled inclusion, not promotion. And here's why the stakes feel higher now than they did a year ago. King Charles has already shown he'll take unprecedented steps to isolate Andrew. In October 2025, the palace announced a formal process to strip Andrew of titles and move him out of Royal Lodge, and reporting said William supported the decision. That's the blueprint for how the monarchy cuts out infection when it thinks reputational risk is spreading. Meanwhile, UK authorities have confirmed they've held talks with prosecutors while assessing allegations linked to the newest Epstein material, meaning this won't stay a purely tabloid story. As long as the assessment continues, each fresh batch of documents can reignite questions, and those questions won't land only on Andrew. They splash outward, onto anyone whose name, messages, meetings, or timelines appear in the same orbit. So when people speculate that Beatrice and Eugenie could be pushed further to the edge of royal life, the real engine behind it isn't body language or old photos, it's simple institutional math. William is building a tighter, more disciplined future monarchy. And if the Epstein files keep dropping details that link the York family more closely than previously understood, the palace may decide that being seen together costs more than it's worth. Because the next time Beatrice and Eugenie turn up at a big family moment, the question won't be, are they welcome? It'll be the darker one, does the firm think they're safe to stand beside the future king, or not?